Hello friends, today in this video we will discuss about the basic terms like what is the difference between elements and compounds, atoms and molecules, and atomic mass and molecular mass. So let us start with elements and compound with their definition and then followed by an example. So from the definition of elements, an element is a substance which is made up of only one kind of atoms. Or we can say that an element is a substance which cannot be split into two or more substances by any chemical method. Let us understand about it with an example. Here you can see that this is an iron plate in which the atoms are marked. It is made up of the small atoms of iron. You can see that in the diagram. Now, on splitting this plate into small pieces, again we get the same thing, that a plate with the same kind of atoms but with smaller size. But that doesn't matter. So here we get that only one kind of atom is present in this plate, and that is iron. So it can be considered as an element. Here are some more examples of elements that are just hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon, sulfur, chlorine. So one more thing which I want to just add is that an element can be a solid or a gas. So now let's go to the compound part. Yes. So a compound is a substance which is made up of two or more different kind of atoms in a fixed proportion. So what does it means? Again, let's take an example. As you can see, there is a water tank in which water is present, and these are the water molecules, which consist of two different atoms, that is oxygen and hydrogen. We can see that in the below image that this is a molecule and it consists of two hydrogen and one oxygen, that is called as H2O. So here there is a one oxygen atom and two hydrogen atoms, which together known as a molecule. So here we get that in an element there is only one kind of atoms was present, that was iron atoms. But here there are two types of atoms which are present, that is oxygen and hydrogen. So from the definition we came to know that a compound is a substance which is made up of two or more different kind of atoms, that is oxygen and hydrogen here. So it is considered as a compound. Some more examples of molecule are carbon dioxide, which is consist of one carbon and two oxygen, hydrochloric acid, that consists of one hydrogen and one chlorine atom, sodium chloride, that is basically a common salt, that consists of a sodium and a chlorine. Next one is methane, that consists of one carbon and four hydrogens. And same as element, a compound also can be a solid, liquid, or a gas. So now we understand what is an element and what is a compound. One more thing about compound is a compound is a substance which can be separated into its components, individual atoms, just like in the form of oxygen and hydrogen, by chemical methods. So here we have cleared the element and compound part. So let's start with atoms and molecules. So atom, as we have understand from the previous example, that an atom is nothing but just the smallest particle of an element, whereas a molecule is the smallest particle of a compound, and it can be split into atoms of different elements. Just like in the previous example, we can say that it can be split into hydrogen and oxygen, where in the case of carbon dioxide, it can be split into carbon and to oxygen. So here, now we have also cleared the atom and molecule. Now we will proceed to the next topic, that is atomic mass and molecular mass. So atomic mass is nothing but the mass of an atom. So if we calculate the atomic mass of an atom by a direct method, then as we know that atom is very small, so its mass is very small. With an example, we can say that hydrogen mass is equals to 1.673 into 10 raised to the power minus 24 gram, which can be written as 0.00024 times 1673 grams. So it was not convenient to use in our calculation part. So we need a method in which we get the convenient result with the help of which we can easily perform the calculation parts. So for that, we introduce another method known as relative method. In this method, basically, we take a relative atom of carbon 12. So first of all, we just assign carbon 12 as 12 atomic mass unit, from which we came to know that 1 atomic mass unit is equals to 1 by 12th mass of carbon 12. So from here we can easily calculate the mass of other atoms by comparing them with the mass of the carbon 12. So from this we can now conclude that atomic mass is nothing but the relative mass of an atom, of an element, with the respect of the carbon 12 mass. So now proceed to the molecular mass. So molecular mass. Now after understanding the atomic mass, molecular mass is just nothing but it is the algebraic sum of the atomic mass of the atoms present in the molecule. Now let us understand it with an example. So example, find the molecular mass of CO2. So now we understand the concept of molecular mass by solving this question, this problem. So as we know that the atomic mass of carbon is 12 unit, whereas that of the oxygen is 16 unit. So from the above, from the problem, we know that here are 1 carbon and 2 oxygen particles. So we have to calculate that we have take for the 1 carbon we will take 12U, whereas for 2 oxygens we will take 2 into 16U. Now we know that 12 plus into 2 into 16 equals 32. Now we came to know that 2 plus 2 is 4 and now 44U. Now we know that CO2, that is carbon dioxide molar mass, is nothing but equals to 44U. So by this method we can easily calculate the molar mass of any of the compound. Thank you.